I'm here today with a member of the British Pakistani Christian Association, and he's here because later on he's going to be protesting about some of the terrible events that are happening and taking place in Pakistan to minority groups and to Christians specifically. So what I want to do is I want to ask Wilson, what is going on in Pakistan and why is it that you're going to be protesting later on today?
Well, the situation for Christians now has got to a really, it's to the lowest ebb, if that makes sense. Now, 700 Christians are reportedly kidnapped, raped and forced Islamic marriage every year as part of an attempt by Muslim men to convert these young girls forcibly to Islam, where they believe they will, because they believe they will receive a special place in heaven for doing this. We're also having problems with the terrorist attacks that seem to be increasing. It used to be the Taliban that would target Christians. It no longer is. It's IS, and the IS membership is growing massively. Large swathes of Muslim communities are turning against Christians simply because of the harsh ideology that's being taught to them. Nine terrorist attacks in the last 6 years have killed over 200 people and injured over 700, and the number is set to continue. Only last week, 4 Christians were gunned down as they drove in a rickshaw on their way to celebrate Christmas at church. We've also got issues with 1 million Christian slaves in brick kilns and a further 500 in the carpet weaving industry in Pakistan. Now, these Christians themselves have been locked into contracts which mean that they're being paid a pittance for 6 days of hard labour, more than 14 hours per day, beaten often, and their wives raped while they're working, either in the brick kilns or in the carpet industry. Children as young as 13 forced to work. In some brick kilns, they start even earlier. And this is despite Pakistan having outlawed such bonded labour, or indentured labour if you prefer, these contracts in the Bonded Labour Abolition Act of 1992. It is absolutely no desire from statutory authorities to remove this horrid social malaise. So we're out protesting. We're also calling for freedom for Asia Bibi. I spoke earlier at a persecution event that one of your colleagues, Nathan, introduced us to. And we went to the event that was about persecution of non-believers. We were able to ask Gill, the special envoy for religious freedom outside the EU, and we questioned him on his own writing. I mean, on a blog site, on a website of his, he wrote that he would be insisting that no renewal of Pakistan's GSP Plus status, which is a trade agreement with Europe, allowing them 20% of trade with Europe to be completely tariff-free. And this has had a massive impact on Pakistan's GDP. Sales have increased by 53.6%. He had insisted that any future agreement, the renewal of that agreement, would be based upon Pakistan meeting the 29 conditions that were set as part of the original agreement, which were mainly around humanitarian issues in Pakistan and the socio-economic environment. A main proviso was that Asia Bibi, Pakistan's most famous blasphemy law victim, an innocent mother of 5 who's been incarcerated for over 9 years, would be set free. 2 weeks later, the GSP Plus contract was renewed without any of those conditions being met.
So by protesting here later on, is your hope to raise awareness of this, or are you hoping that the EU will actually re-look at this and be firmer with Pakistan about the provisos that they're putting with the trade deal?
Well, we're hoping both of these will happen, and we're hoping that obviously the EU will be affected by the fact that this has become, the international awareness will have increased on the back of the desired media attention on the protest, but also a petition is being submitted, and perhaps if possible we may submit it to you, Nathan, to submit to us, to appropriate bodies.
Yes. So what we're saying to people is basically get informed about this. Something terrible is going on right now as we're speaking, and people are just not aware of it. Look at the links down below and give us your comments. Tell us what you think about this and what you think we can do in order to stop this injustice.